Hey y'all, APG Jamie here. Welcome to the channel. I'm happy that you're here too. So today brings us hashtag Second Saturday Art. It's a hop, okay? And our inspirational prompts for June were Father's Day, summer, strawberries, lemonade, zoo and aquarium month, rainforest day, or wild card. I'm going with a wild card on account of I recently got inspired by a video at signed the paper turtle that's linked below along with a list of ingredients for this project, which we have a small gift bag. Okay, it's pretty small. It's like 4 by 5 maybe. I don't know. Y'all saw me wiggle the handles out because it's a gift bag. Did I say that? Maybe I did. I don't know. Easily confused by myself. So sometimes there's residual glue, and I'm just kind of scraping that off using my little fancy little palette knife there. It's a metal one. So sometimes the handles are easier to get off than others, and likewise to open up the bottom of the bag. And I'm just basically scraping off some of the extra glue that may or may not be there. And it's really all getting covered up, so it didn't much matter. But anyway, sometimes I get caught up on little things. I don't know. So easy does it because you don't want to put holes in there. Well, maybe you do, but I don't think so. So there is our pop-up pocket. Okay, that's what I'm calling them. Hashtag pop-up pocket. And as you can see, there is an opening at the bottom part of the bag there where we just open it up for our pop-up pocket. We will cover that up but not glue it shut. Okay, you'll see. So I've got scrapbook paper, list of ingredients. I know I said it. And this particular paper pad had a 12 by 12 page that had the little pop out die cut things. And I popped all those out. And I'm gonna use sort of some of them, but sort of not really. And I wasn't sure how much paper I needed to save, so I'm trying to conserve it. And I'm just cutting out basically a 3 7/8 by 2 inches. I don't know, y'all. Because it's all going to depend on your bag. Okay? Your gusseted paper bag. And there's bigger ones, there's smaller ones. This one's pretty heavy duty. I mean, it's made out of some sturdy craft paper. Okay? Not all bags are sturdy, and not all of them peel apart easily. Okay? The other ones, the ones that I've recently made my previous pop-up pocket, love those, y'all. They're just highly addictive making these things. Anyway, it did not pull a loose as easily as this one, which is why I wasn't using it, because it just wasn't pulling apart easy enough and kept getting big old giant holes and tears in it. So we're going to use this fancy gift bag one. Well, you already guessed it because that's what we started the video with, right? Anyway, I'm hanging on to the handles. I have no plans. They may eventually make their way into the recycle bin. IDK. For now, they're in the scrap pile. So this paper, this is actual paper. The other piece that I was using was a lightweight cardstock. This is paperweight, and the pinkish fuchsia colored even paper that I will be using is also from this same pack, and that is listed below. Sometimes I know, sometimes I don't. When my scrapbook papers all get pulled loose from the pad, I don't know. I've had some of them for a couple days. So now we're going to cover this up, and I think this is going to be the easiest way to do it. I am inking stuff from time to time, and I will try not to waste your time on inking, okay? You will see some. It's just the way it's going to be, y'all. I'm using art glitter glue. I think at some point I used fabriTac and glue stick, IDK. I might even use Aleen's Original Tacky. I don't know. It's my usuals. So I'm gluing this on. It's a strip I made for basically the width of our unusual shape. I know this particular shape has an actual name, a real live geometrical name. I don't know what it is, y'all. Don't need to tell me because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Okay? Okay. So we're gluing that on there. You could use double-sided tape if you wanted to. If you wanted to use a hot glue gun, I reckon you could use a hot glue gun. Okay? You do what makes you happy and what works and is the best and easiest for you. It's the name of arting, y'all. The name of crafting. So we're cutting off those little edges. Save those triangles. You never know what they could be used for, y'all. The ever-growing scrap pile. It's about due for a craft-a-lunch. I need to divvy that stuff up into some studio cleanup folders. Okay, so folding it over, going to reinforce with the bone folder, which means I'm just burnishing it down. You don't have to have a bone folder because mine's not a real bone. And I decided I wanted that one fold over piece just a wee bit shorter, so I'm going to shorten it. Caution, y'all, it could get too short real fast. So, and I'm like, yeah, and I look at it and I examine it for the longest of times. Anyways, gonna ink up. Told you it's just gonna happen. And I decided, let's put a thumb notch up here at the top of the bag. Don't have to. I chose to. We are leaving the gussets open of sorts. We're not gluing the gussets closed. So, okay. All right. That's our pop-up pocket. Pops up. And I thought, well, I'm going to do a closure because it is a heavier, this particular bag is heavier. So it's didn't necessarily want to stay closed. Now you can use magnets, a Velcro dot. You can do a closure like I'm going to do or not. You don't even have to do one. You put, you know, policy closure, nothing, whatever. So I'm gluing in our little piece to cover up the opening because as you saw way back, there is an opening down here, but I'm not gluing it shut. I only glued around the three pieces there so that when we use the big pocket in the back, we get all our full pocket, okay? So now I've already got a piece of paper cut down to size. It's been inked and we're going to slide it on there. You don't necessarily have to ink the bottom part because you're not going to see that part. I know, the thumb notch. Afterthoughts, y'all, afterthoughts. I don't know what to say. It happens. No, I didn't make a prototype. I seldom, if ever, do that. Just saying. And I hear some lawnmower action going on outside, and hopefully it doesn't necessarily come over on the voiceover, but it might. If it does, that's what it is. I'm like, yeah, I like that. So we're going to ink around that, and I'm just going to use my little metal ruler to help hold that edge because it is copy weight paper. Scorched timber. It's a favorite. Just saying, because it's true. So there we go. Be sure to wipe your ruler off if you should happen to use a ruler instead of a piece of cardstock or chipboard even. So let's glue that down. I think this is where we're going to use glue stick because, you know, sometimes I'm just like, yeah, that glue works. That'll work. That's fine. Perfect. Perfect. So we're just going to glue that on there. I mentioned, I thought about anyway, that the one paper pad had a sheet of punch outs, die cut pieces that, you know, you punch out. we'll use some of those for decorating. Now, I decided I'm going to cover up that particular part with pink paper, fuchsia even. If Popo's watching anyway, it's fuchsia. Otherwise, it's just regular pink. Burnishing it down because glue stick likes to be burnished. Now we're going to trim that away. It's really best to let things sort of dry before you trim them off because the paper can get a little stretchy. So, caution. Doing a little stamping. The stamp set is listed below. I don't necessarily show you the stamp. It has die sets with it. Die cut dies with it. Metal dies. Anyway. Going to stamp inside, and I figured out, or I decided that the best thing is to add a little cushion in there because it's pretty uneven and bumpy surface, and this worked pretty well. You kind of fiddle around and open it up, and I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. So we're going to do one more, same stamp. I could have tried to reposition it a little bit more, but I didn't because, you know, sometimes I go the lazy way, y'all. I consider myself average. I may be weird, normally weird, but, you know, that's just how it goes. So, color pencil, use the die cut the little flower. I don't know what kind of flower it is, don't matter. It's kind of a pinky orangey color that I'm using there, Prisma pencils. I didn't keep track of the colors. I just used 2 pencils. But there are Prismas, if that should matter to you. And I didn't have to, you know, didn't have to color them at all. Could have left them black and white, would have been perfectly fine. Could have colored them any other number of ways. And I thought I would put the little stopper there on the top, and the bottom triangle-ish piece will slide up underneath there, and that will hold it closed. I wasn't happy with it. See, I'm even trying to glue it some more. I should have let it dry. I know that's the first thing to do. You're like, well, you should have let it dry. And I decided I didn't like it after all, so I just plucked it right back off. Therefore, it even dried. You know, it didn't really even dry good. But now we got to cover it up because we've got, you know, paper remnants on there. You know, glue bits. So we're just going to cover that up. It'll be fine. You won't even know. And the only reason you'll know is because you just saw it. Okay, if you didn't see it already, you wouldn't know. Okay, don't notice it. All right. Okay, now we're going to put it on the bottom part for the top part to tuck into. Y'all, policy colors would have been really cool. Yeah, sometimes I think of stuff afterwards to keep notes. But don't. Okay, here's that border piece out of the paper pad. Just trimming around a little bit. What a fun little border thing. We got a little shiny gold going on. A little gold. No diamonds, y'all. No diamonds. I know this is a hot video and it should be shorter, but it's not. It's just not. Okay. There we go. Oh, speaking of hop, be sure to follow the hop, y'all. Link in the description below the video. Oh, we're going to glue the little bottom gusset, you know, where it opens up the pocket-ish area. We're going to glue that together, so now that's a pocket, okay? Be sure to let those dry before you mess with them too much. So I've got a piece of the scrapbook card stock paper there, trimmed out to tag size to fit into our beautiful bag pocket, gift bag pocket. I know sometimes these names get way complicated. Gonna use paper doll because you know I love my paper dolls. And I got out some translucent wings. Yes, they are 2 different sizes. You will see, because she's standing slightly at an angle. Ugh, glue on the wrong side. It's diamond glaze, y'all. I hope I remember to put that in the ingredients. Anyway, works really well for plastic stuff. Anyway, Two different size wings. She's at an angle. That one just flew off there. I don't even know what I did. And this is actually going to make her appear to be standing more at an angle because her wing is slightly smaller because it's further away. It's trompe l'oeil. Fool the eye. Essence of. Okay. Well, yeah, let's put some little speckly specks on this paper. So I got out the speckly speck. That's a wintertime stamp set from the Amazon. Couldn't tell you any more than that, y'all. Didn't find a name on it or nothing. But it's wintertime. And there's another little piece in there that I use often. They look like, you know, paint smears and splatters and stuff like that. And I'm going to use that on the ground to sort of make it look like she's standing on something. And I have found with the distress ink tends to beat up on the acrylic polymer type stamp. So I'll tap it with the distress ink and then hit it with the blending sponge just to dabble out some of the straight lines that for some reason seems to happen to me. Yeah, I don't know if it happens to you, but it happens to me. So now we're going to use some fabriTac, and we're on the back of the tag. I grabbed a piece of it looks like a crocheted lace stuff. I'm sure it's machine made. It's from the Dollar Tree. I am sure it's not made by hand, y'all. So just folded that over on the back, and now I've got a washi sticker. It's from the Amazon. They do not have a link. Look for washi stickers, y'all. You'll be amazed at what pops up on Amazon's because they got everything. They even got stuff you didn't even know you needed. Oh, happy shopping, y'all. Okay, so that's going in our little pocket right there. So we got two little journaling cards, and here we go. I made two of these, one for me, one to share with a randomized commenter. Should you be interested, I advise you to leave a kind comment. See, little stuff down there in our little pop-up pocket. Journaling card going in the back pocket. There's plenty of room to stuff other things in there, y'all. Plenty of room. And there's a little pickup video, okay, that I will link below as well to explain a little more you can do with this here wonderful multi-purpose pop-up pocket variation for second Saturday art, y'all. This is our flip-flop section. See, there's plenty of room. Pop-up pocket. I put a little wax seal in there because, you know, otherwise it's fine. Ta-da! Photo montage. I hope y'all didn't mind the longer video. If you did, sorry. What fun, y'all. And how pretty. That's the one I'm keeping. I did not make that one on air, but it's the same way, y'all, as you can see. So pretty. Lots of, well, I don't know about lots, but there is room for further embellishment should one want to do that kind of thing. Lots of journaling spots. If you don't handwrite journaling spots, put pictures. Glue stuff to it. Whatever makes you happy, because the whole point is to keep happy, y'all. Relieve the stress. How cute is that? I know. Makes me happy. Be sure to follow the links. Subscribe to those you're not subscribed to. Like them. Share them. All that good stuff. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Happy arting, y'all.